I never wanted to lead, you know? Didn't want to. Feeling weird right now because there's people and I want to just be more quiet when I film, but it is what it is. Yeah. But we're gonna get started soon. We're gonna talk. We're gonna post. It just is what it is, right? That's it. So, yeah. All right, let's go. Like this. So, I never wanted to lead. And I ran a community of almost 20,000 people. I was speaking and engaged with them, couple hundred or so plus, almost on a nightly basis, if not every other night, for usually 2-3 hours minimum, having conversations, very meaningful conversations around trauma, healing, recovery, intimate relationships, who we are as men, what women need to know about who we are as men, how we can improve, talking about God, Islam, and I didn't want it. I didn't start doing TikTok because I wanted it. I didn't. It was really just a means for me to communicate. That was it. Started during COVID and I just needed to communicate. And it turned into me, taking a stance on what's right. And I did that. Women's issues, men's issues, the way we as men need to be. So I'm making this video right now to just discuss that a little bit because it all stopped. I didn't want to lead. I did my best to embrace it, to keep it up, but in my heart, no, that's not right. In my heart, God was giving me exactly what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, how I wanted to represent myself, what I wanted to stand for. All of that was in my heart. The problem was in my mind. I wasn't worthy enough of it. I wasn't good enough. So, hold on. Enough wasn't good enough. Okay, we're back. So that's what happened in my mind. I didn't really want to lead though, right? I just wanted to be a voice for what was right. I wanted to speak. And what inevitably happened was almost a year ago to this date, my account got banned on TikTok and I lost everything. Why that happened, how that happened, well, I was speaking on child slavery from what's his name? King Leopold. I was discussing that and the issues with it and how that comes across in today's society and shows up when we talk about black children, white children, and I mean the reality is they're just kids, But anyways, we had this conversation. People didn't like it as usual. They didn't really like what I had to say. And apparently I had received enough reports and bans for speaking up for men, speaking up for women, that this time it was just enough, and you know, they removed it. So I lost the account. So I was the 20,000 people gone. And no, I didn't have them on an email list, which would have been smart. I didn't have them on another platform, which would have been smart. I thought to do these things, but I never did. And that's how I can say I didn't want to lead, because I never prepared. A leader prepares. I didn't want to lead this. I wasn't conscious of the work that God had given me to do. I wasn't conscious of it. And that's the problem. Massive problem. 1 second. Okay. Back. So that's what happened, guys. 20,000 followers gone. And the big problem there was that I never returned. I just stopped. You know, I didn't make any more content. I was tired, because as much as consciously in my mind I didn't want it, because I didn't feel worthy of it, my heart desired it, my heart craved it. So it was this compulsion to do this work that I couldn't stop. So I was in this state of fighting internally, and that made it exhausting, more than it should have been. Now granted, the work of dealing with helping people through their trauma, because there's a lot of those amazing conversations, a lot of deep stuff, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, many of these things discussed, and I'd walk them through things, teaching, really, teacher. It's exhausting, right? It's tiring, because you take on a lot of emotional work from others, right? A lot of their pain, because a lot of deep things were always shared with me. That, of course, led to me doing consults and coaching behind the scenes, right, with a number of people. And that too added to the weight of this work. So, yeah, now here I am without the community. Almost a year later. I did it for about between 2 and 3 years. And I have this void that's not being filled. And perhaps, alhamdulillah, me losing the account and stopping. And yes, I received messages from people. Hey, Cyrus, when are you coming back online? When are you doing this? Where are you? Where did Cyrus go? Right? And the time away was good. And sometimes I think that when we want something, God gives us to us. And what's really in us, right? There's work that we have to do. But we can deny that. We can block it. We can remove it. And that's what I did. So as I'm here now, take a little seat, recording this to share with you all, I've come to the conclusion for a few weeks now, maybe a few months, that's the work I was meant to do. I was meant to lead. I was meant to educate, to guide, to heal, to build men. That's the work. It's hard to accept this, because you come up with the questions, who am I, right? Who am I to do this? There's some guy, I don't want to say those words, but just for the video, I'm nothing special, right? I don't have anything. And saying that is silly, because I had hundreds of people listening to me for hours, straight hours, on a regular basis, sending me messages, asking me questions, needing my help, my guidance, wanting me to do more. It even got to the point where I wrote a book for them, and they wanted me to write more books, not only for the women, but for the men as well. And I ran from it all. I sabotaged it all because I didn't feel worthy enough. You know, I believe in some of those lives I would even say I don't want to lead, you know, or something along these lines. I want it to be small. Anyways, I'm doing this video to say sorry, one, to my community that I just left and abandoned, right? And two, that I'm coming back. And I'm starting here. And this time, I will do it correctly because I know what needs to be done. I've gone through the experiences of being doxxed and having accounts removed. On my first one, for speaking the truth. I know what it is to run a live, to have lectures, to produce, to speak. And it's needed, it's necessary. Especially as God-fearing black men. That's necessary for the few of us who can to do. And I am one of them. So all this to say, and I'm looking away because I'm nervous, right? And I'm forgetting where the camera is. Well, it's okay. I'll get back to it. Is that I am Cyrus. I heal. I build. I lead. As I would say in my life, I am the benevolent dictator, right? The sage outlaw, if you will. And I am rebuilding. And we will begin with this video. So, I didn't want to lead, and now I do. Hope to find all of you guys back again and meet new people. Yeah, I'm going to record a few more videos and put them all up at once so that there's a rounded picture of who I am, where I am, what I'm doing, how you can be a part of it. But this will be the first. See you in the next one.